Hi all, this is Sia Nas and welcome to episode 51 of the Diary of Sia Nas. So today I've just been having a little bit of audio issues, so hoping this is going to go okay. So as you can see, I've got my pink piggy, my Shane Dawson Jeffree Star jumper. It's really quite warm. It's and considering it's the beginning of summer in Australia, and I'm wearing a really fluffy jumper, it goes to show you how much climate change has changed the weather, and it's really quite sad because this is really quite lovely and fluffy. And I've been wearing it for a few days now, and haven't been too hot. So, and I'm wearing a jumper, and it's summer too, so that's really sad. But anyway, I'm happy to have it. It's nice and fluffy and it's keeping me warm, so that's all that matters. So I've got my microphone right in front of me, and I've got my diary that's under it, my fluffy pink llama diary. So I think maybe I should put it more in front of me. Still got the sniffles. It's almost been like 2 months and I'm still trying to shake this cold. I've got some water with me. To help with the frog in my throat, so hopefully no coughing, but I can't guarantee you anything. So let's start with the week. So started on Monday the 9th of December, and on this Monday what I did was a beauty review of the Dragon palette on Monday, and I'm not sure when all these reviews are going to go up. I'm going to try and put out like 2 a week, so I'm sort of stockpiling them. Going to do another review after this, but I'll tell you about that a bit later. So the other thing that I did on Monday was finished a beat that's called Beat and Blow, and I think it was just called Beat and Blow because I had some drums in there and also had trumpet, but I decided to call it Reverse after one of the samples that I used in the video, in the beat. And that's a song. If you wait till the end of the podcast, you'll be able to hear it, and then once you see the video, you'll be able to see it. But you can already see it. I put it up on Friday, so more about that later. On Monday, I also got the Candy K set from Kylie, and I promised myself I wasn't going to be buying any more makeup, but as soon as I saw that, I thought I've got to have it, and I've done a review on that too, and that'll come out probably next year as well. And on Monday I also edited the YouTube video on my podcast, and I uploaded the YouTube video ready to go live on Wednesday, so I was very good on Monday. Did a bit of work as well as got a bit of reward, so that was really nice. And then on Tuesday, the 10th of December, I went to the person who's making me the prototype. I'm not sure what their job title is. Not really manufacturer, because he's not manufacturing everything, but he's just designing the prototype. So I drove out to him. He's not close either. It's like 40 minutes away, so it's still a nice drive. And then on the way back home, I drive through Toorak, South Yarra, which is quite a wealthy area. And I just sort of stop in there and just have a little walk around. And I always end up at the same place, which is Rolled, which is my favourite. I love Asian food. And just got a few rice paper rolls. So that was nice. And then, just went home after that. And on Tuesdays when I got my piggy jumper, which was awesome because I've been waiting like 5 weeks for it, and I'm happy to get it. And on Tuesday I also recorded 2 beauty reviews, which was the Kylie ones. Says 2, I'm not sure which one the other one was. And I also put up, I started the beauty review channel, so it's Sia's beauty review channel on YouTube. I haven't put up anything yet, so I've got to get on that as well. I think I'm just worried that it's going to be too much work considering that I look after my parents, and now it's Christmas and there's so much to do, and, you know, everyone's just spending their money like crazy on things that nobody really needs or wants. Actually, I've asked for things that I want. I feel kind of bad about it, but I think the family's getting it for me because of everything that we've been through with our parents and me, like putting my life almost on hold so that I can take them to all their appointments and do everything for them. So I think they're just happy to get me a few things that I've asked for. So that's nice. So that was on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, finally, Mum's medication got her insulin. We don't have to do insulin injections anymore, so it's freed me so that I'm not sort of like trapped at home. So usually I would do her insulin at 9 o'clock, so we're not doing that. We're trialling a different tablet for her diabetes, and so far so good. So now I'm able to go back to my sister's like I used to. Every Wednesday night I would go and have dinner at her place, and I'd babysit my nephew and give my sister and her husband a break. So I did that again, and the good thing about that was I used my Flybuys points, and I finally got what I was saving for, which was I'm not sure you pronounce it properly, but LeCreuset pot, a casserole pot. And it took forever, and you needed like 72 or 76,000 points. But really, it would be much cheaper if you actually buy it, because the amount of points, the amount of money I had to spend to get those points, I'm sure I would have been able to buy 3 or 4 of those pots. And considering it costs about $600 per pot, it's a lot of money. So and this one came with a strainer, so you can put on top a strainer steamer. You put it on top of the casserole, and you can steam food on top. So it was nice to get it, but I would have had a few more if I actually paid for it. So you've got to consider that. I did get like my normal shopping, and then it's pretty good how they're working Flybuys now, because they're showing me products that I wouldn't mind trying, and then you get points from that, and then you are able to try different products that you wouldn't have normally tried. But sometimes you buy a few more things just to earn those extra points so that you can get what you're after. So it was nice to have a goal and to achieve that goal. So I think I was really proud of myself for that, because it was quite an enormous amount of points that I'd never earned before. So that was a good thing, like achieving a goal. But the bad thing is it spent far too much money. I would have been better off buying it. It would have been cheaper. And you can wait for sales. The sales, they're like half price at the sales, but I always just worry about spending like $350 on a casserole. Like, it's ridiculous. I just wouldn't do that. So I thought I'd just use points to do it. But yeah, it doesn't add up. So maybe think twice about doing things like that. So what I did on Wednesday was I actually cooked ratatouille. And I've put it up on my cooking blog, and I have a link for you guys to go to the cooking blog and try the recipe yourself. Really, really easy. All you have to do is cut up the veggies, chuck them in the casserole pot, and it'll cook it for you. So it's just a casserole, and then you just close the lid, and it'll cook like 30-40 minutes, and you've got ratatouille. So really easy. The bad part was that I cut my finger, and then my sister and my nephew, who's 7, he had to cut some veggies, and he wanted to stir, so he cooked for me. So I got like 3/4 of the way through chopping all the veggies, and then they had to take over after that. So not the best, but the food was really nice, ratatouille. So that was on Wednesday night. But during the day, I finished the video for the beat on Wednesday, and let me just check something else. So on Wednesday I must have finished the beat, like finalized it, because I always go back and touch stuff, and it's really bad if you're just constantly touching things, because I was looking on YouTube, and Curtis King was saying, I'm not sure if it was Curtis King, like in 10 minutes, like try and make a beat and don't touch it. And then just keep learning and doing new ones. And I'm trying to, like, I need more time than 10 minutes, but I'm trying not to touch a beat too much, because then you just second guess everything and then nothing comes out, or you ruin it, you put too much on it. And it's just not to overthink it, just to do the best you can and then just put it out, and then just do another one best you can and put it out. Because as Illmind was saying, it takes years to do anything, make a decent beat. So I think in the early years it's just easier to just make them, like churn them out, and then eventually you figure out how to do things better and better instead of sitting there with one beat and trying to make it like this amazing beat. So I'm for that. I'm for making lots of beats, but try to have them like as best quality as you can, because it takes a lot of skill and a lot of knowledge to make a decent beat. So at the moment they're not how I want them to sound, but they're good enough that I'm happy to put them out. So with this, the Beat and Blow, the reverse one, it's got some beautiful 808s in there, so you really need to turn up the bass, like listen to it through some really good speakers, and you can just feel that thump, which I really like. So on Wednesday, I must have finalised the beat, and then on Wednesday, I also got more makeup, KKW contour kit, and inside, this one is the light one. So you got the highlight colours and the contour colours, but this isn't the one that I'm wearing today. But I'll let you know in a minute what that one is. And I got that one. I've got the dark one, but the dark one is too dark, so it's taken me a while to figure out my skin tone and all that. So the light one is too light and the dark is too dark, so I figured out that I'm obviously a medium, because the lighter ones on that come up a bit chalky looking and the contour is not dark enough. So, but I still like it. You can still use it for eyeshadow and stuff like that. So Wednesday is when we found out about the new medication, so that I could go to my sister's. And I got a Christmas package from a friend, because I used to live in Perth. I'm in Melbourne now, and every year at Christmas he sends me this wonderful package, and it's got my favourite in it, chocolate coated nuts. I absolutely love chocolate coated nuts. And a teddy bear that sings, and just some other odds and ends, a calendar, pens, because he's a handyman, so he works for himself, so he's got pens and things like that, and he's got his name inscribed on them, and he sends me those, which I'm happy to have. I always need more pens. Last year they were nice and colourful. This year it was in a box with a light with it as well, and it's got his name inscribed on it and his mobile number, so that's really cool, and always a lovely card. And then every year I send him back a slab of beer because that's what he likes. It's Emu Gold. That's his favourite beer, so that's the one that I send him a slab of every Christmas and on his birthday, which is in January, so he gets 2 slabs of beer. So lucky for me, he enjoys his beer, and it's cheap and easy. I don't have to send it. I just do the order online and they post it out, so easy for me, and he's always more than happy, so easy transaction. So that was Wednesday. And then on Thursday I made the beat visualizer for Beat and Blow, and I hadn't made one for a while, and I thought, this is going to take me forever. And the other annoying thing is that it constantly, everything's always constantly updated. So I do have notes. It's like 3 pages of notes on how to do the visualizer. And only a few things changed, but still sort of stumps me. But I'm thinking that I might do a tutorial on that to show people how to make a visualizer, because it was a lot easier than I thought. But it's always nice to have somebody to help you, because it's really quite tricky if you don't know. It does take a while to figure out. But so I've done notes on how to do it, and I think I might do that very soon. So the visualizer, you can actually see it. It is up on YouTube, but I'll also put it at the end of this podcast, which you can see on Wednesday when I put it up on YouTube, or you can check it out. The link is below. So I also did a beauty review of the contour kit. The only problem with the beauty reviews is they're very amateurish. I'm just doing them for fun. And the lighting that I've got is really bright, so you can't see it. I'm sort of washed out. Like even now, I've got a ton of makeup on, as I always say, but you can't really see it. It's really quite washed out, but I have a ton of makeup on, let me tell you. If you saw me in person, you'd be very worried. But still, I'm going to continue doing the reviews because they're fun and I enjoy them. So I'm getting practice doing makeup too, so that's all good. So that was Thursday, and then on Friday, had an appointment with Mum. She had to have this scan, and I almost fainted because they had trouble taking a blood test because she hates needles, and they had to stick her 3 times with a needle, and just to see the anguish on her face, I started feeling really faint and started getting really hot, and I had to leave the room, which I hate doing because, you want to be strength for your parent or whoever you're with, and I had to walk out because I just knew that if I stayed there I was going to pass out, and it takes me like a day to recover. So that wasn't good, but then we went for lunch afterwards, and we had a really nice lunch, so that made up for it. So thank God no more of these sorts of she had to have a scan, so no more of these scans ever again, and it'll just be like a blood test every like 3 months, so they can keep an eye on her condition and that she's okay. And then as a treat on Friday, I watched Succession, which is this new series that I've just discovered. I think it's been around maybe a year or two, but I absolutely love it. It's about this like rich family, sort of like the Murdoch family. They're in media, and there's 3 siblings, and it's just really dastardly. Everyone's they're all too scared of their father, Logan, and they don't tell him what he needs to hear. And it's pretty bad, and I really don't like it when people are conniving, like when it's that sort of show when people are manipulated. But for some reason, I'm really enjoying this. I think for like the business aspect of it, not that you're going to get business knowledge, but it's just interesting to see what people are doing behind the scenes and how things work. And I'm sure some of it's from real life, so always find that bit interesting. So Succession, definitely watch that. So that was Friday, and then on Saturday I uploaded my ratatouille recipe to my blog, so you can check that out. And I also watched some Christmas movies, so just chilling on Saturday. I watched Dick the Horse, which is a horrible movie. I really hate it, and I really hate that Danny DeVito's got a young attractive wife and he's this dirty old man and these gorgeous teenage daughters, like as if he's going to have a girl like that. I'm just really tired of movies like that, where the dirty old men have young women. So I'm hoping that's going to start getting phased out, because that really put me off, and I just hated the whole movie. It's just stupid, so ignore that movie. But after that was a movie which I absolutely love, and it was Christmas with the Cranks, and I absolutely love Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen, and I watch that movie every year. Usually they have the Santa Claus, but they haven't had it this year. I've checked a few of the channels, so that's a bit disappointing. I really love watching the Santa Claus. But I really loved watching Christmas with the Cranks. It's a beautiful movie. It's honest and it's funny, and I really enjoyed watching it. And Dan Aykroyd's in it, and I love him, and really cool movie. I've seen it, I watch it every year, so I'm glad they put it on every year, and it makes me happy. So that was on Saturday, and then today is Sunday, and Sunday again, just chilling. But the really cool thing that happened today on Sunday was I got a free ticket to see The Gentleman, the new movie with Guy Ritchie. I think it's because I've got a movie card with Hoyt's, a membership, and this is new that I've never had a free ticket before. And this movie doesn't come out until New Year's. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it's really classy, but it's also really dirty, as in, obviously there's lots of killings and there's lots of swearing, but it's a mix of both. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the classiness of it. Matthew McConaughey stars in it, and his assistant was really cool. I don't recognize this guy, and I'm not sure what his name is, but he's really cool. And there's a really good cast of actors. There's a really good cast. And Hugh Grant is also one of the stars in it. And yeah, really awesome. I really love Matthew McConaughey's wife. I recognize her face, but I don't know what her name is. And she was really cool. And I really love that he respects his wife. So that was really nice to see in like a grunty sort of guy movie. There was actually, the actor had respect for his wife. That was wonderful to see. So, you know, bravo to Guy Ritchie for that. But yeah, it was really cool. You know, the guys were really nicely dressed, and the Asian male actor that was in there was also in Last Christmas. I forgot what his name is. He's a really awesome actor too. I've seen him somewhere else as well. My mind is trying to figure out which other movie I saw him in that I really, really loved. Oh, Crazy Rich Asians. He was in Crazy Rich Asians. He's awesome. He's such a great find, and I'm so happy to see him in, you know, some really good movies. So that's awesome for him, because about the guy from Aladdin, and he's struggling to find any roles, but then you've got this guy, an Asian actor, and he's landing some great roles. So I'm not sure. I don't know why the other guy from Aladdin is struggling. That's really sad. And what's also really sad is I can't even tell you what their names are, but I recognize their faces. But when The Gentlemen come out on New Year's, I think New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, definitely go see it. Really cool. There is a lot of killing, but there's a classiness to it. I know, it's really strange. And I love Matthew McConaughey. He's just brilliant in it. So that was the week. And a beauty review that I'm going to do after this is for The Warrior by Juvia's Place. And one of the main reasons I got it was because look how beautiful these ladies are on the front. And I thought, how wonderful would it be to have a palette with that, where you can see that all the time. There's no mirror inside, but look how big the eyeshadows are. And I used everything. I used the eyeshadows as a contour. I used it as a highlight. I used it for eyes. I used it to contour my face. Brilliant. It's really, really good. So you have to check out the review when I put it up. God only knows when that's going to be. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed that. Share it with your friends or someone you think might like to see it. Subscribe. Look after yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Get help if you need it. And right now what you're going to hear is my new beat, working title Beat and Blow, but it's called Reverse. And if you're watching the video, I hope you enjoy it. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye.